Welcome to part 2 in my Lovevery book bundle series. In the first video I talked about what they are, how much they cost, how it works, and an overall high level of whether or not I think it's worth it. In this video we're going to look at all of the books included in their newborn to 1-year-old book bundles, including my thoughts on whether or not those individual play kit add-ons are worth it or not. In other videos that will be coming out this week, I will also do read-alongs for the ones I have, so you guys can go ahead and have a closer, more in-depth look in deciding whether or not those are worth it for your family. If you guys are new here, my name is Rachel from The Confused Mom. Welcome to my channel. I share baby and toddler product reviews, activities, as well as Montessori at-home tips. I have also reviewed all of the Lovevery play kits to date, including where to get Amazon alternatives or other toy dupes if you prefer to self-curate. I'll leave a link to that full playlist in the description box below. So for the first couple of play kit, I did not get these books because my kids are just so far past this range and we are at our quota. So the first couple books I'm just basing off of the snippets. But once we get into the third play kit, I pretty much have them all right here with me that we'll get into. So the Looker play kit, you get 3 items here. The first one is going to be What Do You See, Baby? And it's just high contrast black and white images, pretty much in line with the title, asking baby what they see. Is it a window or a mountain? Big fan of that. I love that this teaches parents how to narrate and ask questions and engage in conversation with a newborn, which can feel a little foreign for new parents. It is a very useful skill. The second book, however, High Contrast Baby, the words are pretty weird in here. For instance, there's an image on here that says it's making the parent feel uncomfortable, which I think is just a weird concept to talk about with new babies, especially if your energy doesn't feel uncomfortable with it. It's not really providing much benefit. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. And then the third one here is going to be black and white wall decals. I think these are actually really smart and interesting. I know my toddler would love to storyboard with these. Obviously not a must-have item by any means. And for me, overall, I would say the add-on for the Looker is a skip. We can only need so many high contrast images for our newborns. If you got the Looker play kit, you already got high contrast cards. Inevitably, you'll get at least one book, usually just like for free in a baby registry. I don't know. It just feels like overkill on black and white images. But I do think the wall decals are really interesting and would make diaper changes or different types of things around the house a little bit more interesting. So that might be something I would self-curate on my own. In fact, I'll put a link for some self-curations of that if you wanted to get it, because I just think that's a really smart idea. The Charmer play kit for months 3 and 4. First up is going to be Life Around Me, which is a really sweet rhyming and repetition book, building your baby's language and recognition. I can totally see how my toddler is also going to probably use this as one of her early reading books. The pictures are beautiful. This is a great book. Big fan of it. The next book that comes in this is a animal wooden board book. I've said it in the past. I think having a wooden board book is so critical for teething babies. You can buy a Lovevery wooden board book very similar to this one in their Target line. That costs $13, whereas the add-on for this bundle is $18. I'm also a fan of the Charmer play kit, so if I was getting it, I would definitely add this on. Now, if you're not getting the Charmer play kit, obviously you wouldn't get access to this. Would recreate the wooden board book from their Target line. This book is Hi Baby, which is basically just a bunch of babies saying hello from all over the globe in different languages. I'm sure kids are gonna love it. They love looking at baby faces, and it's a nice little introduction to other languages and cultures. And then the last book that comes in this is a silicone sensory book with a few different grips and textures for babies to teeth and touch and all that good stuff. Overall, I would say the sensor is a skip. I didn't even realize I forgot to label it or give you a buy or skip until I was editing it. So very underwhelming. You already get a sensory texture book in the Charmer play kit, I think. So for the Inspector play kit, months 7 and 8 comes Peekaboo Baby and I Love You All the Time. And these are going to be definitely add-on. Peekaboo is a really fun lift the flap book that is age appropriate because the lift flap is a fabric instead of paper. And obviously babies love to look at themselves. So not only do you have mirrors in here, you also have other adorable baby faces for them to enjoy. And then I Love You All the Time is just a really sweet rhythmic book featuring sweet baby faces, a little poem about loving your baby through all of their different seasons. And even my 3.5-year-old loves this book. I think it's one of those books that once kids hit 3 and those big emotions are really kind of taken over, it's a really comforting reminder too. So this you're gonna get a lot of years out of. For the Explorer play kit, you have 2 books, Squish, a mini board board book, and the Plant a Seed, Watch It Grow, which is basically baby's first busy book. It is a fun, interactive book, lots of different tactile experiences and things to do in it, talking about the environment. But as far as whether or not I would add this one onto my play kit, I'm honestly on the fence. If I was being nitpicky, I'd probably say skip it. I am a big fan of mini board books, especially because they fit in baby's hands. The pages are super chunky, making diaper changes or car rides a little bit easier, but just having one is kind of an awkward number in my opinion. You're probably gonna need more because you can misplace them quite easily. Personally, either purchase a set from Lovevery or one on Amazon. I'll link in the description box below. And then as far as the Plant the Seed, Watch It Grow book, my kids both thoroughly enjoy this book. However, my toddler even says like this doesn't make sense in a couple parts, particularly on the cans, bags, and cups page. The interaction here, it should actually be sorting, not just opening up the already done sorting. So that's kind of nitpicky from my 3.5-year-old. That was her take on it. Like I said, they do enjoy this book, but you can find similar options for less. I like the environmental component, but I just felt like it fell a little bit short as far as the actual story goes. A couple of the tactile experiences were just a little lackluster. In the Thinker Play Kit for months 11 and 12, we have My First Words and Baby Math, and I would definitely say add these on. My First Words is a sweet story about a toddler's day, highlighting some of their most common first words. I love that this book will come back in handy as kids learn to read too. And then Baby Math is awesome. It's definitely the best book of this under one range. It is a really cool tactile book that not only obviously teaches your kid how to count, but it also just is teaching early math concepts about spatial relations and giving them some language that is going to come in handy once they cross that 1-year-old threshold. So there's just some really nice little things in here. It's just a really like well done book. I would say this is the equivalent, if you were an original Lovevery Play Kit subscriber, this is the equivalent of Leo and Melody for under 1-year-olds. So kids are definitely gonna love this one. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. Let me know in the comments which of these you think are worth getting or skipping. Help each other out down there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell to miss those read-alongs of these, as well as the in-depth looks at each of the years to come. In the meantime, be sure to go back, check out those Lovevery Play Kit reviews, check out my overall like what is the book bundle add-on subscription service, and as always, my name is Rachel. Have a good one.